Hey guys, how's it going? Michael Troy here. Today we're looking at The Little Stooges, 50 years out of print. This comic book is so fun and charming and beautifully drawn. I cannot wait to share it with you. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button and let's get right into it. Okay, so my mother introduced me and my brother and sister to the Three Stooges, and we used to watch them all the time together and laugh and just like love them so much. I vaguely recall this like Little Stooges cartoon. Apparently, there was a comic book based on it. American Mythology Productions. They're doing like Return of the Living Dead comic. I don't know where they came from, what their angle is, but I'm here for it. Reprinting this fun Little Stooges comic from back in the day, from over 50 years ago, I think from the 70s. Anyway, writer Norman Moore, Jeffrey Moore, and Pete Alvarado. Artist Norman Moore, classic cover art Norman Moore, and then there's like a photo cover too. So this is a reprint, a facsimile edition, an artifact edition. I love these. Marvel and DC have been doing great ones, and so I usually pick them up. This was such an impulse. And I'm glad I picked it up because the art truly is beautiful. It was fun to revisit the Three Stooges, and the precept of this is just ridiculous. So it is the Three Stooges, but their teenage sons, who are exact replicas of them with the same names, but they're like teenagers in the 70s. But, you know, we go back and forth between Larry, Moe, and Curly Joe. And I was kind of wondering that, like, it's so funny. They have that, like, interesting Charlie's Angels 3 company. Like, there's always one rotating cast member. And it was, like, Shemp, Curly, and Curly Joe. And I think Curly was my favorite. Although I did love Shemp and Curly Joe. And I wonder why Curly Joe is here. But whatever. So they're complete idiots. I should say that one of the differences, the printing, of course, it's $5. It wasn't $5 when it came out. The paper is better, but this printing is just god awful. So I think it depends on what you have. You know what I mean? If they had the original, sometimes, and the worst way to reprint is by scanning. Like if you had a physical comic book, which kind of looks like what they did in this situation, and scanned it, because the coloring is so muddy, it's slightly out of focus. When comics were originally printed, they did offset printing, which you're having actual like engraving, and it's like this whole process, and it's such a clear, crisp production, which is ironic because they did it on horrifying paper, which muddied the art anyway. So if they're scanning old muddy art, then it's gonna, like, the line work doesn't look as bad as like the coloring held up. So I'm guessing they didn't have like the original art to use. But I just want to say the original art is gorgeous. I would love to see it. I'd love to see it in black and white. Norman Maurer, I want to say he probably did the lettering, because a lot of cartoonists of this sort of caliber always did their own lettering, but I'm not 100%. But if he did, like, it's absolutely beautiful. Wacky hijinks, nothing like earth-shattering or moving. Although it's so funny, I always feel like whenever characters like this get involved in like a comic book or a cartoon, they always gravitate towards crime solving, even though if they never did it like in their own original show or shorts back in the day. Like, there's these active burglars going on, and of course, like, Curly Joe is like such an idiot. He inadvertently helps them half the time. This is the 70s. I love the fashion. I love their friend named Moon. Like, it's very of the time. The artwork is beautiful. Like, it's reminding me of, like, Funky Winkerbean or Blondie, like that kind of art that you would see in the daily comic strips or the Sunday funnies. I'm sure this is a cartoonist who's done tons of other stuff, just wasn't made for this project, because the level of skill of cartooning here is just like so beautiful. The storytelling is so much fun. The gags are ridiculous. The reprinting is kind of unforgivable, but I mean, like I said, I'll forgive them because you do the best you can with what you've got when it comes to a reprint. And I'm not sure, like, about if this is, like, new material or something, and I'm not sure how much it adds to it, but that's kind of the slippery slope of, like, facsimile editions. Sometimes they are 100% replicas, and sometimes there's supplemental or a touch of new material. But the gags just keep on giving. It is just so much fun. It's such a sign of the times. And the skill level of this art is amazing because there's this net that Larry and Mo are under. And like to draw all of these little open slots with the like lining and have it be so straight and perfect takes a certain skill set of a cartooning that is just so evident here. And then the more you pull focus away, the less detailed it becomes. And I just kind of love that. Like, that was so good. Like, once again, like, the coloring is, like, so muddy and muted that it's kind of bringing down the art in a way. And I would absolutely love to see this colored better, recolored, or just the black and white original art, for sure. But it's fun that we have this. I would have never, like, experienced this otherwise. It was such an impulse buy. It was like such a fun trip down memory lane and like such a educational view of some really beautiful classic cartoon style art. And here's a little story about some of the Stooges history and actress, whatever. A few more publications. I guess they're doing Captain Action meets Al Capone vampire. Sounds ridiculous. Return of the Living Dead, and a few more Three Stooges books. So, good luck to you, American Mythology Productions. I really like what I am seeing so far, and thank you for doing this fun facsimile editions. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button, and I'll bring you more soon.